Hi, Dr. J here with another segment of Ask Dr. J. This week's question, what is NZR blah blah blah? I hear you guys talking around that term in classes, NZR1, NZR2. We use that term as an abbreviation for Neutral Zone of Reference. That refers to one of the 4 different zones of the body that we try to give maximum or optimum stability to, so that you can just have greater freedom of movement and less stress throughout your body. It's very important that we keep these joints centrated, meaning in the joint you don't want the bone to coming at an angle, you want it optimally to just be right at a right angle to the center of that joint. It's mostly important when the body is challenged under stress. The most important one of the 4 zones is NZR1 because that's right at your core. We use our core for almost everything, which is why we test NZR1 for every exam that we do. If your NZR1 is well established, you'll have maximum stability for challenging with load, such as when parents pick up their kids, or if you need to push a car or something like that. You just have maximum stability right at your center and be at the least risk for things such as back injury. More about NZR1, it controls your breathing and it coordinates your low back, your pelvis, your hips, and even your shoulders, helping them work together synergistically. It also transfers force from the ground upward through your body and from the shoulders down to your feet, just distributing stress so that it doesn't get concentrated in one area and usually causing injury to that one area. The way we evaluate NZR1, first we just have you breathe, just basic breathing. We watch how you're breathing. We want you to be as relaxed as possible for your breathing. You shouldn't have to work hard just to breathe, although many people do. A lot of people don't breathe from their diaphragm, they just breathe from the ribs, and that it's very inefficient. The muscles of the ribs and neck are smaller, much smaller than the diaphragm. You need to work harder to breathe that way. It's just, those muscles are meant to be used to augment your breathing, like when you need extra oxygen, like you're trying to run away from a tiger or something. You want to breathe more from your diaphragm. You shouldn't have to work hard to do it. So if you can just relax and breathe from your diaphragm, that's a good start to your NZR1. I actually wrote an essay on this. Just click right here. That'll bring you right to it. Stage 2 of NZR1, early pressurization. The goal with stage 2 is to maintain some abdominal pressure on the exhalation. So for example, we'll have you take a deep breath into your belly, and then as you breathe out, keep your belly full and not let it collapse as you're breathing out. A lot of people have a lot of trouble with that. They just don't know how to keep their belly full. We'll train you how to do that. The more you can keep your belly full on both inhale and exhale, that'll maximize your circumference, which you don't want to maintain all the time. But again, when you're challenging it, like sumo style, like against a heavy, pushing car or something, or picking up something heavy, you want to have maximum stability about your core so that you won't be challenging your back too much. Stage 3, mid-stage pressurization. That's when you want to be able to move your arms and legs without moving from your core. Again, you want the stability to be at the core. Not always, just when you're challenging it with a load. First, we're going to have you move your arms, then from your legs, and then finally both arms and legs. We call this the dying bug. Next comes the ipsilateral rolls, in which you will lie down, grab your shins, and roll your shoulders and hips together 25 degrees to each side, keeping your low back flat, not arching your back at all. And finally comes quadruped rocking, in which you be on all fours. You push away the floor, keep your belly full, and then you rock back and forth. Finally, the end state pressurization of NZR4, you will continually modify your belly pressure in response to varied movements. As shown in these clips right here, you're going to start on all fours, transition to a low kneel, to a high kneel, and then a kneeling lunge. I'm going to take that up a notch. You're going to have you starting out sitting in a chair, then to an umpire squat in which your hands are going to be on your knees, transfer to a ski squat in which you're reaching forward. And if you can manage that, you can manage pretty much any challenge, matching your belly pressure to whatever demands you throw at it. It's a major element of foundational fitness, and click here to learn more about foundational fitness. I'm Dr. J, and thank you.